Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, if you're hearing a couple of fans go off, it's because I'm sitting in the dark and apparently it's 70 degrees outside, although it don't feel like that inside. It feels like it's like 90 degrees. You know it's hot, or it's been hot outside when you go inside your house and you touch things like just random objects in your house and it's hot. It could be as little as a box or a pair of shoes or freaking let me just test out my video games real quick. My controller feels warm. My video game cases, they feel warm. That's how hot it is, bro. And man, I'm telling you, like, I was sitting there looking that up today. I'm like, fam, how much are houses in Alaska? Because I can't live in Washington if it's gonna be getting hot like this, where it's like almost, bro. The crazy thing about it is that it wasn't even the hottest day today. Like it was just like 80 something. That was like the max that it reached today, and I think on Tuesday that's when it's gonna really be hot. And I'm like, bro, I just don't get why did I open up Instagram? That's how hot it is. I'm out here opening up random apps. So tomorrow it's gonna be 90. Then on no, today was 90. So that's why I felt so hot. Tomorrow's gonna be 91. Monday's gonna be 92, and Tuesday is gonna be 95. And then after that it's gonna be back in like the 80s and 70s and stuff. And I'm like, man, you know, people, they always complain about it being cold outside. Here's the thing about when it's cold outside. Like, I feel that people need to understand that when it's cold outside, it's easy to adapt to that. Like, for me, fam, it is super easy for me to adapt when it's cold outside. All I gotta do is slap on a hoodie and I'm straight. I ain't gotta do nothing. I ain't gotta turn on no heater. The funny thing is I think throughout this whole like the winter time of like last year and a little bit of this year, I think I only had to turn on my heater once. For the most part, the funny thing is like I think throughout the winter I had my fan on. That's a crazy thing. That's something that's weird. That's weird for it to be it's December and I got a fan going. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what, but it's like, bro, when I tell you guys, like, I have never, ever in life been a fan of hot weather. Ever. And I'm saying, like, and then when it's like you're trying to adapt when it's hot outside, it's so difficult. Like, I'm out here, so I go on Amazon, right? I wanted to see, like, if they had, like, some blackout curtains, because I heard blackout curtains, it blocks out the heat. That's a lie. Like, that's a flat out lie. The crazy thing is like the curtains, I didn't realize that I had larger than average size windows, because I go and get me just one thing of blackout curtains. There's still a part of my window being shown. And I'm thinking to myself, like, fam, how big does, like, I'm saying, like, I didn't realize my window was a bigger size window. And so that didn't work. I looked up online, and then I wanted to see, there's this like cool blanket, and they were saying like, oh yeah, like wash it in cold but let it air dry so it doesn't get damaged. And knowing me, I'll mess around and forget some stuff like that. So I'm like, I should just write it down. But at the same time, I'm like, fam, why? Do you know that's something where you sit down and you want to question the person that built the house? It's like, you know that it's going to get hot outside. You know that. That's something, because I'm trying to think, like, what was, like, I'm trying to think, like, the 90s. How hot was it in the 90s in Washington? How hot was it in the 90s in Washington State? 1990 weather history in Seattle, Washington. And somebody shooting off fireworks. That's the part that I don't get that. Why don't they just have like numbers? Why they got charts and stuff like that? That don't tell me absolutely nothing. What was the hottest day ever in Washington? How hot was the summer? A max of, I don't know what Celsius. I can't do that. Just try to transfer it over and stuff. Summer 19. Why are they still showing the? Okay, let's just go and just click on July. They said and it still don't tell you nothing. Okay, well it looked like it went past 90. Okay, I can see that much. It looked like at one point in time in the 90s it reached past 90, and I'm thinking to myself, fam, that is an indication when you're building a place to live at, right? You should put an AC unit in that place. That don't make no sense to me, where it's like, if I'm building a house, regardless, because my thing is this, even if I'm building a house in Alaska, still, I am putting an AC unit in that house, because I don't know what could possibly, my thing is this, because I think I looked and they said like it's like 60 degrees, so I imagine like that's cool, you know, like it's a lot cooler than it is here and stuff. I still would put an AC unit in my house. They probably got AC units for days in Alaska, because there's probably people out there that's not buying them. Guess who will buy one? Me, because I'm like, I never know at the end of the day when I will need an AC unit. So that's why I'm like, nah, fam. I just think that it's silly to build a house, to build an apartment, to build any sort of living place. Not an RV, but what's them like, not a mobile home, but there's like homes where they kind of look like a mobile home, but it ain't really, just any form of a house, just a place to live at. If that place ain't got no AC unit, I'm like, fam, come on now. That's something where it's like, okay, we know it's gonna be hot. Let's just you know, whoever it is that built the house, it's all like my thing. Because I imagine they probably ain't got no sort of like ownership. That should just be something that should just be given away. I'm saying it's like being hot is uncomfortable, bruh. I'm saying like I get like, because I looked it up online. They talk about it's like thousands of dollars to put an AC unit inside your house, and I'm like, fam. It's like I don't want to spend thousands of dollars, but I'm like, I do not want to go through another hot summer. I'm telling you, man. It's like, and then that's another thing. People be wanting to go outside, and I'm like, fam, I don't want to go outside. All right, I definitely don't want to be inside when it's hot. So why do I want to go outside to where the source of the heat is coming from? Like, I got this wallpaper right now, and I don't even want to look at it because it's just a big old giant sun. I'm saying, who is outside shooting out fireworks? I'm like, bro, it ain't even the 4th no more. Like, go back in the house. Leave it alone. Yeah, I changed my wallpaper because I'm like, it was a wallpaper of a sun, and I'm like, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to see the sun right now. I'm like, man, it is hot, bro. It is it is uncomfortable type of hot. And I'm like, if people know me, they know for a fact that I do not like hot weather. I never liked hot weather. I'm trying to think of when I was a kid. Like, I didn't really notice it when I was a kid, because like that was one thing that I remember, especially, oh my god, like there was this elementary school that I went to, and I'm like, I would love to just go back to those days where it was like, I don't remember it being hot during the summer, but I remember they constantly took us to the beach during the summer. Like so the school that I went to, it also had like a daycare place in there too. So my sister at the time, like, she wasn't old enough to babysit me. So anyways, my mom would send me off to the daycare place. And no, fam, when I tell you guys, like, they was hooking us up when it came to like field trips and crap. Like, I remember them actually saying that. They said every Monday we're going to the beach. What daycare center? You know, and that's the thing, when it's like, when I like see, you know, videos of like kids when they in school and just how like hard they be, you know, I'm thinking to myself like, fam, they had us going to the beach. I'm like, why they got, like, I'm saying, you know, it's just things where I'm all like, I guess, yeah, you know, times is different, but I'm like, man, you know, I'll see some of that stuff, and I'm all like, bruh, times have changed. I'm like, dang, man, I'm like, school, I'm like, I am so glad I didn't gotta go through school no more, because I'm like, bro, if I had to go through school in this day and age, bro, I'm telling you right now, I've been flipping out. Because I'm like, then having to deal with hot weather. Oh yeah, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that when I remember as a kid, I don't remember dealing with no hot weather, because it was like we were constantly going to and maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to definitely buy me a house where it has a pool, where it has an AC unit. I'm like, I am making sure, if I live in a house out here in Washington State, I'm like, no, this house better have an AC unit. They're like, oh, well, I'm like, no, I'm not buying this house. I'm all like, well, you can always install. I'm like, I don't want to install. I'm like, as hot as it's been, I'm like, if this is my thing is this, if it's a brand new house, that house needs to have a AC unit. It should be mandatory that a house should have an AC unit in 2024 in Washington State. Like, nah, man, that's just some crazy stuff. I'm like, for a house. For a house to be built and it ain't got no AC unit, that is some wild behavior from whoever it was. That, because there's some houses that I've seen like throughout the years of the area that I live at. Like there's some houses that I've seen like getting built and stuff. And when I like go and just overall like see, like when I'm like looking, I'm thinking to myself like, fam, I wonder if them houses got AC units. Not that I want to break in the house and just be cool, but just know it's like, does that house have an AC unit? Like in 2024, does that house have an AC unit? Because if it doesn't, I'm like, man, I know that's on some stuff where it's all like, can you sue somebody for some stuff like that? Like, I don't want to be that person, but at the same time, it's like, can I sue somebody for some stuff like that? Because that's crazy. That is some crazy stuff where it's like, why? You know, it's all like, what did that person do to you where they didn't deserve an AC unit? Like the fact that I feel uncomfortable right now. Like, I don't like this feeling. I do not like this feeling at all. And I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, I cannot, I do not want to go through another hot summer. I don't. Like, it's like very, very annoying. And I'm like, man, I'm telling you, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't get how it can, like, in an area where you think that it shouldn't be hot. Fam, it is hot right now. I tried looking for like the coldest places in Washington State because I'm like, man, I'm telling you, like, I live out there for a little bit. I live out there until the summer ends and then be like, but no, everywhere in Washington right now is hot. I was even looking for towns in like near the mountains and stuff. And I'm like, even those towns, they was like, yep, like it's 90 degrees over there too. And I'm thinking to myself like, fam, why is it hot everywhere? Like, why could I not have been born in Alaska or something, just in a cold area? Because I'm like, man, I'm telling you, I remember this, like, there was a time where I was in my friend's stream. Shout out to Miss Fufu, but she lives in Canada. And I remember she was, so there was like a day where it was mad cold outside. Like, it was negative, I think she said it was like negative 50 degrees outside. Call me crazy, but I'd rather deal with that. You know, like, call me crazy. The thing is this. A heater, you can put a heater on the most highest settings. The weird thing about it is that the house that I'm currently at right now, it has a heater, but it ain't got no AC unit. And I'm thinking to myself, why would you put, you know that summer exists. Why would you put just a heater in the house but no AC unit? Like, that's something where it's like, I really want to find out like who built this house and then just like question them on some stuff. I'm telling you, man, people, they be doing some like wild stuff nowadays. They do things that just don't make no sense, where it's like, you build a house but you don't put no AC unit in there. Like, come on now. It's one of those things where I'm like, there's been stuff that happened to this house, and it's like, it's something where I'm like, it's confusing. You know, it's like you build a house, but you halfway build it. Like, I don't, that's something where I'm like, nah, bro, I don't get that. I don't get how you halfway build a house, and then it's like throughout the years, you're like having to repair stuff, and then it's like, yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's something where I'm like, the next place that I live at, yeah, I'm making sure of it, that it has AC that goes all throughout the house. Because I'm like, and it's crazy how, like, there's people that enjoy the hot weather. Like, there's one of my friends that I grew up with where she enjoys the hot weather. Like, she'll be going to, like, there's people that I know that goes to not Alaska, but Arizona and, like, Vegas for fun. And I'm thinking to myself, like, during these times, people be wanting to, like, deal with the most hottest weather. And I'm like, nah, not me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a darker skinned individual, and dark skinned individuals, it's like we don't usually adapt that much. Because I'm like, fam, the fact where it's all like I'm sweat. It's 72 degrees outside right now, but it was hot all day today. Like, I'm trying to watch Money in the Bank, and I was uncomfortable. I don't like being uncomfortable while just trying to enjoy myself, bruh. I'm like, man, it's like the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm trying to record a podcast. I can't even think straight while recording this podcast. I couldn't think straight while recording videos. I'm like, let me just go ahead and get the content that I have out right now and just upload that. But I'm like, man, I'm telling you, it is so uncomfortable right now. And then it's like, this is just the first day of it being 90 something degrees outside. I'm telling you, man, I'll be glad when the summer ends. I'll be so glad when the summer ends, because I'm telling you, I do not like when the summertime, because it gets way too hot. And I'm like, it's uncomfortable, bruh. It's way too uncomfortable. Like, there should be no reason at all why it should be this hot outside, bruh. And I'm like, people can say it's global warming, people can say whatever. I'm like, fam, whatever it is, it needs to relax. It needs to calm down. It needs to chill out. Cause I'm telling you, this hot weather, I'm like, I sit down and I think of some days where I'm like, man, I just wish it was cold right now. Like, I'm telling you, like, it's something where I'm like, do not take cold weather for granted. Cold weather is honestly the best thing possible. Best thing possible. I will take any cold day out of the week. I would rather for it to be 15 degrees outside than 100, feeling like it's 150 degrees inside and out. And I'm like, man, I'm telling you, this hot weather ain't no joke, bruh. But anyways, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for hearing me rant about hot weather for 16 minutes. Stay tuned for the next episode. Like, subscribe, viewing this on YouTube. Follow, subscribe, viewing this on podcast streaming service. Thank you guys, and peace.